Luke here. I hope you're doing well. This is the April 24th market update. So let's go ahead and get started here. I'm also going to show you guys a screenshot of my current blockfolio because I did make some changes as far as percentages go. Most notably, I did sell some Litecoin for Bitcoin Cash, and I sold some Litecoin for Veritasium. Okay. So let's go look at some of the charts. As you can see, it's a down day. We'll see if we can keep the bullish momentum for now. But let's go look at some of the charts. Okay, so I'm mostly in Litecoin, as you guys know. So let's go take a look at the Litecoin chart. Trading views been a little slow today. Okay. So as we can see, we're basically consolidating on the weekly. We touched about $100, and now we are consolidating. We did get a cross of the exponential moving averages, and then what we're looking for is probably going to back test the exponential, the 12 EMA. So I would imagine we'll probably bounce a little, drop a little lower, and probably test it around, I would say, visually, maybe around $68. So we're pretty close now to testing this support level, and that's what we're going to be watching for a bounce off those levels. Okay, but Litecoin is still the leader as far as I'm concerned in the market, and we can see it's basically had a full cycle already. From the bottom, we went up from, let's see, about $22 all the way to $100, and now we're consolidating on the weekly, and now we're going to look for continuation. Okay. And we'll probably see the rest of the market sort of follow this. And so if Litecoin can still be the leader, we're going to look for a bounce off this and then a continuation, and then hopefully the rest of the market does follow it. Okay. I do think that we've most likely bottomed on Litecoin. I doubt we'll ever see the $22 range again. Okay. Litecoin Bitcoin chart. Let's go look at that. Oh man, trading view is being slow, isn't it? We are back testing the weekly support on the Litecoin Bitcoin chart. As you can see, it's pretty actually similar to the Litecoin USD chart. Not a lot of differences, except that we're closer to the weekly support, and right now we're basically back testing it as we speak. Okay, but this is true for most alts. Most alts have been going down against Bitcoin, especially this last week, as Bitcoin has surged and alts have also gone down at the same time. Okay, looking at the BCH Bitcoin chart. Come on, trading view. But kind of similar to Litecoin, we're also back testing the weekly exponential support, and so we are watching that. Bitcoin Cash to me looks very bullish. The way it surged out of it surged from its lows in a similar fashion to what Litecoin did, and actually outperformed Litecoin for a while there. It's actually passed it on market cap, which is pretty interesting. If you look at coin market cap, Bitcoin Cash was actually past Litecoin, and so everyone's so hyped up about Litecoin, the halvening, and all this Litecoin hype. But look, Bitcoin Cash has actually performed better over the last month, which is very interesting. Okay. So I've actually moved part of my funds into Bitcoin Cash because I really like what Bitcoin Cash is doing. And I'm actually going to go live with the Bitcoin Cash developer. His name is Mark, and we're hoping to do a podcast Saturday. And we're going to talk about some of the innovations of Bitcoin Cash, because Bitcoin Cash is a great coin in my opinion. I think it's up there with Digibyte. And tomorrow I'm going to make a video on why I think that Bitcoin Cash and Digibyte are actually my two favorite sort of currency coins right now. I do hold mostly Litecoin just because I think it's safer and it's more well known and has more network effects. But long term, Bitcoin Cash and Digibyte are pushing innovation. Okay, we can look at the Digibyte Bitcoin chart, and we can see we are making lower lows. Okay, we had a little bit of a fake out here because we can see that Digibyte looked like it was breaking out and changing its trend versus Bitcoin, but we can see it's now just making lower lows. And so I'd be careful with Digibyte. I'd be careful with most alts right now, especially when comparing them against Bitcoin. Most of the alts have bottomed against USD, but against Bitcoin, they're still bleeding out on the long-term trends. Okay. And that's one thing to be aware of. Like looking at, I was looking at the Populous Bitcoin chart again, which we were watching, and look at this weekly chart on the Populous Bitcoin. Okay, just brutal, just downtrend to hell. You know what I mean? And we're nowhere close from any sign of strength for Populous versus Bitcoin. Same with Pillar. As you know, we're watching Populous, we're watching Pillar, watching Veritasium. I can't really chart Veritasium because it's not on TradingView, but Pillar is the same thing, just making lower lows and lower highs. It's basically the same chart as Populous, in some ways even more extreme, just downtrend to hell. But it is what it is. And so Bitcoin Cash and Litecoin are still, I think, the market leaders right now, and I'd recommend holding mostly those. And then if you're going to look into buying Populous or Pillar or some of these other alts, I would continue to wait. Okay. But I did sell some Litecoin for Veritasium. So speaking about that, let's go look at the Blockfolio. Okay. Okay, as we can see, I was about almost 80% Litecoin, you guys, just because I wasn't that much initially, but Litecoin's been outperforming. So I was luckily correct on my hypothesis that I want to hold mostly Litecoin. It should outperform most of the market before leading into the halving at least. But I did I sold about 15-20% of my Litecoin into Bitcoin Cash. So I'm right now about 16% Bitcoin Cash. And the reasons for that, you guys, is because I love what Bitcoin Cash is doing. Bitcoin Cash is leaving Bitcoin innovation in the dust, in my opinion. It's actually leaving Litecoin innovation in the dust. What they're doing, they're really pushing the boundaries, and the developers of Bitcoin Cash are not scared. You know, if Bitcoin wants to be a store of value and not really scale and be as safe as possible, and that's the path that they choose, that's fine. But Bitcoin Cash knows that they're playing catch up, and they know that they can be much more proactive and much more innovative and really push the boundaries of where cryptography is going. And so I really like what I'm seeing from Bitcoin Cash right now. And I wanted, and after watching it pump how it did and seeing how it exploded from its lows, I wanted exposure to it. Okay, I sold a little bit of Litecoin into Veritasium as well, just because historically Litecoin and Veritasium have been close to 1-to-1, and this is a good opportunity, I think, to sell some Litecoin into Veritasium if you believe in the Veritasium project long term, which I do. Again, I don't recommend going over 10% in Veritasium or any of these utility tokens, because Veritasium is still a risk. You know, Reggie Middleton could get hit by a car tomorrow, or Veritasium could just fail, right? The business model could fail. Hopefully in the future I will make more videos about Veritasium and why I believe in it. Maybe tomorrow I will. But I did sell some Litecoin into Veritasium just because Veritasium is hard to chart, and it's a good price point to move some Litecoin into Veritasium historically. And Veritasium, I think, is closer than a lot of the utility tokens. It already has a working product compared to most of the others. And when it starts, it's so low liquidity, you guys, you don't understand how low liquidity Veritasium is. Once it starts going, it'll be too late. And so with Populous and some of the other ones, there's enough liquidity where you can chart it and you can wait for it to really change its trend versus Bitcoin. Veritasium, you can't really wait. So I took a risk and I only sold a little bit of Litecoin into Veritasium. Okay, Digibyte is at about 7% here. Populous at about 5%, and then a little bit of Theta, T-Fuel that I got from the Theta airdrop, and then right below T-Fuel is I have like 0.5% of Pillar. Okay. Now again, I'm watching the Populous and Pillar versus Bitcoin charts, and at some point I will sell some Litecoin into both those projects. But again, I'm being patient because Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash are my two favorite bulls right now, and the Populous, and we can see the Populous and Pillar charts versus Bitcoin are just, you know, it's just the like I said, it's the highway to hell, right? Just lower lows and lower highs, lower lows and lower highs, lower lows and lower highs. I mean, look at this chart; it's super ugly. So we want to be patient with those. And then looking at the gold monthly chart, we'll take a look at the gold weekly here. Let's see. The gold weekly, it is in a downtrend. We've made a lower low and a lower high, and so hopefully we hold 1160, which I imagine we will, and we'll probably see continued tightening of this monthly equilibrium. We should see I would imagine we see a bounce here, and then we'll see what happens. But we are back testing the exponential As we can see, we're back testing support here on the monthly. So hopefully we hold it and we make our way up, maybe a little higher low, and then we can maybe break 1346. We'll see. But I'm being patient with gold and silver. In my opinion, crypto will outperform at least for the next 6 months. So that's what I'm mostly holding. But we'll see. I don't recommend that you take profits into gold and silver yet. I would be patient. If you're planning on scraping off your crypto profits into gold and silver, I would continue to be patient because gold has no sign of life in it. Okay, no sign of life. So might as well be patient. Might as well be patient. Okay. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing my updated blockfolio. Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash are my main horses right now. And then my third probably being Veritasium at this point, along with Digibyte. Pillar and Populous, I am just waiting for their trends to change, and then we will scrape off profits from Litecoin and maybe some Bitcoin Cash into those projects. Once I see more from the platforms, and I can actually get some, like from Populous, for example, I want to actually be able to know I can get passive income, and I want to see its trend to change. Until then, I'm not going to buy more of the project because it's just, I can make more gains other places, and it's not worth the risk, especially if I can't get passive income from it. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. And look for a video Saturday. I hope to teach you guys a lot about what Bitcoin Cash is doing, because I'm excited about Bitcoin Cash right now. And over the next 5 years, I really like Bitcoin Cash. I actually think Bitcoin Cash has a chance to be the #1 cryptocurrency. I really do. As crazy as that sounds, and as big of a fan of Litecoin as I am, I'm more bullish on Bitcoin Cash than Litecoin over the next several years. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you guys later. All right, bye.